तो स्वागत करता जी एक बार फिर आप सब का अज के सैगमेंट में थोड़ी मुलाकात करवाने जा रहे एक नौजवान नाल जिहड़े कि 15 साल इन्हां दी उम्र है लेकिन जिहड़ी इन्हां ने डिस्कवरी की है इस दे बारे सारे पासे चर्चा चल रहे हैं। अपने भाईचारे नाल संबंधित आनिक क्लेर जो हैं इन्होंने एक रिंगटोन आजाद की है जिस दे बारे अज सानूं दसणगे ते किवें कम्यूनिटी भी अपना सहयोग दे के इन्हां नूं होर बुलंदियां ते ले जा सकती है। स्वागत करते हैं आनिक क्लेर दा। वेलकम टू द प्रोग्राम।
Hi Uncle G, how are you? Thank you for having me on the
Great,
show.
thank you very much. So Anik, a little bit about yourself. As we know, you are 15 years old. So where do you study, and what prompted you to start working on this kind of application?
Well, so yeah, I'm 15 years old. I'm a grade 9 student, and I go to St. George's, which is a private school in Vancouver. And I guess you could say what prompted me to start the whole production of the app and everything was there's kind of two sides to the app. There's the charity side, and then there's the actual business app side. So the business app side, just kind of I was just reading a book, and in the book it talked about a convenience store in London, England, that had used a sound that only teenagers could hear.
Okay.
So I was quite intrigued. I was like, I've never heard of something like this before. So I did some more research, and I found the sound that only teenagers could hear. And then I thought, well, what's the the cool, what's an interesting way to get this type of product out to a teenage market? So apps have become very prominent, and they become something multi-platformed, so on different type of devices. So I thought that would be a great kind of medium in which to put the app forward. And then kind of one thing that I've learned in my life just through travels and a lot of other things is that kind of having a charitable aspect and having a social conscience and a philanthropic conscience with everything is really important.
Right.
So that's kind of the charity side of the app on a small.
So if you can explain me in simple terms, what is this app and how is it useful, and how can you and where can you download it?
So pretty much what the app does is it gives anyone that downloads the app 5 choices between ringtones that people generally under the age of 24 cannot hear.
Okay.
Now the reason I guess some of the benefits of using it is that your phone can go off, your phone can ring, you can get your Facebook messages, your Twitter alerts without anyone over the age hearing it. So if you're in class or you're at home and you don't want to disturb your teacher, disturb your parent or your mom or your dad, you can put it on under the radar. So instead of just silent and vibrate, you actually have the third option, which would be under the radar.
Right. But how is it that a person who is above 24 cannot hear it? That's interesting and intriguing as a matter of fact. That how is it that possible if a ringtone comes and only a person under the age of 24 can listen?
So Uncle G, I guess the best way to describe it would be kind of like, to give another example, something similar. So you know how as you age, your body loses the ability to make pigment in your hair.
Right.
So you you start to have gray hair. It's something very similar, not in terms of your body stops producing it, but as you age, your brain just kind of says it's not as important anymore, and your brain just starts to slowly lose the ability to hear the high frequency sound. So it's just kind of, just a natural, I guess, human progress thing. It's not just people that have really bad hearing or certain people and other people can't. It's just I guess it's just a medical condition.
Right. So this means if there's a phone here and on that ringtone is ringing, I won't be able to hear that.
Anji Uncle G, if my phone could be ringing right now and only I would know.
Okay, that's great. So how much time did it take to come up with this kind of invention?
Well, I've been working on the app and everything behind it probably since 6-7 months now.
Okay.
And so that was really important. But then also now I've been even busier because I've been very fortunate to be selected to go on Dragon's Den, which is the entrepreneurship show, which is just recently rated Canada's favorite and top reality TV show. So I auditioned here in Vancouver, and the producer loved me, and she thought I had a really cool idea. So I was then able to, I'm going to fly out to Toronto actually next week to film the episode of Dragon's Den. So that's taken up a lot of time now.
Okay, so you are charging 99 cents per download. So is all this money going into your pocket, or as you talked about that philanthropic work also, and that aspect, are you covering that also?
So off a 99-cent app, 20 cents goes immediately to Free the Children, which is the charity that, it's very well known. It was started by Craig Kielburger when he himself was a kid.
Right.
And it's, the one that did We Day here in Rogers Arena. And kind of the reason I selected Free the Children is because I've been very fortunate to travel to many different countries, Egypt, Cambodia, countries like that. And as you travel, you really, your perspective on the world really changes.
Right.
And I really realized that how fortunate I am to be living in a country like Canada and even in a city like Vancouver.
Right.
And kids my age in other countries don't have the opportunity to go to school or receive an education. You know, a lot of them are actually trying to make a living selling different trinkets just so they can feed their family.
Right, so that money is going into this particular aspect. Yeah. Okay, and towards the end, if you can let us know that what are your future plans now, and how can the community also support you in this dream, what you want to pursue? So
I guess the way the community could support me would just be downloading the app.
Okay.
You know, that means a lot. Every time someone downloads the app, money goes straight to Feed the Children, and every time 5 apps are downloaded, one kid can be sent to school, clothed, fed, and given school supplies.
Wow.
Just for 5 apps being downloaded, so $1.
So where you can go and download this, what is the website, how to do it?
So there's a lot of different ways. So the first way is if you have an iPhone, an iPod, or even an iPad, you can just go on the App Store and just search up UndrTheRadr, and the app will come up.
So under, not without the E, the radar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can do the same thing on any Android device. So like Samsung, Samsung, Motorola, HTC.
Okay.
And also I have my website, which is www.UndrTheRadr.com.
Right.
And on that, it talks a little bit about the movement which we're doing to educate kids. It talks a little bit about myself. And it also gives you the different download links to either Apple or Android products.
And this is the first time in the world that this has been done?
There's been something kind of similar, but this is the first time it's been done through kind of the way I've done it, which is like through Facebook and Twitter, and created a very substantial app.
Wonderful. Congratulations and best wishes, and you have made the community proud. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Uncle G. I appreciate being on the show.